this thing on? I think so. Look good. So, okay, this has come up a few times. Essentially talking about repaying loans from future fees, in this case using Clanker. And I want to talk through this step-by-step guide of how to do this by piecing a few different on-chain tools together. So the first thing I'll do is I'll spin up a new account and we'll call this token ops. I will add myself and Will as signers. We'll keep the threshold as 1, meaning that either of us can execute transactions from this account. So we have our token ops account. And this is going to be what we use to manage this system. And then it will also collect some of the residual funds, which we'll get to in a second. So I'm going to use this token ops account and actually interact with the Splits Explorer. So hit connect wallet, I'll select Splits. We'll do the demo team and let's do the token ops account. So that is 0x E3E4, E3E4. So we've got that here. Okay. So now let's go through and create a new waterfall on Base. So a waterfall allows you to define the sequence or the ordering in which payouts occur. So in this case, we will say account A gets the first X tokens, account B gets the second amount, so on and so forth. We're gonna make it in USDC because we took out this loan in USDC. And just for the sake of this demo, let's just make this let's make this 1. And we'll have, I created a specific account for this, and let's just grab that address, and we'll say tranche 1 is going to get 1 USDC, and let's grab tranche 2 address as well, and we'll add this tranche, and we'll say they will get 2. Gotta keep it easy. Tranche 1 gets 1, tranche 2 gets 2, and the residual tranche, which will be our token ops account, will get the remaining. So anything above 3 USDC, right? So the first account will get 1, then the next 2, so 3 total. Tranche 2 will get 2, and then anything above 3 will get added to the residual tranche. And let's go ahead and create this. So create waterfall for demo video, hit execute, touch ID. Okay, sign submitted, confirm transaction, that will close. So once we have this waterfall set up, what we need to do is optionally, I guess you don't need to do this, but what we're going to do in this case is we are actually going to put a swapper in front of this waterfall so that we can receive wrapped ETH and other tokens, and it'll get automatically converted to USDC and then pushed through the waterfall. So we're gonna need this address. So I'll copy that address, we'll create a new contract. In this case, we'll create a swapper on Base. Swapper output token should match the USDC, the token of the waterfall that we just created. We'll say the beneficiary is not gonna be my connected wallet, it's going to be this waterfall that we just created. The owner, we do want to be the token ops account, so that's the connected wallet over here. You can see all the identicons match. Splits Unity v3 Oracle, that is correct. And we will keep the discount percentage at 1 and the USDC to USDC at 0.1. We could probably make this a little bit lower, but this just incentivizes bots and third parties to execute the transactions on our behalf. So wrapped ETH and ETH will be swapped to USDC. Great. Create swapper for a demo video. This is actually one nice thing about the Connect flow is that these memos show up immediately in the app. So you can see we create the waterfall for demo video, so I'll make it nice and consistent. Sign that. Okay, so once this gets created, we will have a swapper that receives ETH and wrapped ETH. I think in the Clanker fees actually it'll just be wrapped ETH, but it could receive ETH. It will swap into USDC, and then it will process it by swapping it to USDC, and then it will send it to the waterfall. The waterfall then has its own rules that will then kind of tranche it and send it to the recipients. So this is subgraph is indexing our changes. Okay, cool. So we have this swapper address, and now if we were to go over to Clanker, I'm not going to actually go and create a new Clanker right now, but we'd want to set the reward recipient to be that swapper address, and the admin address can be our token ops. But so for the sake of that, we don't need to actually go through and create the Clanker. But I will grab the swapper address, and let's just let's send from our operating account. We've got some money there to the swapper, and let's send it. We'll send it ETH on Base, and we want to make sure that this is going to be more than $3 worth of ETH. So let's just send it 5. We don't have $3. We don't have $5 worth of ETH on Base, but we do have $5 worth of other things, so we can just in time liquidate it. So send to swapper for loan repayment demo video. Okay. Submit that. Okay. So we should see this pop up in just 1 second. No, multi-call 3 failed. Okay, let's just try that again, and then I will log a bug if I need to. Operations. This was the swapper contract. Send 5. Farm swapper for demo video. Oh, interesting. This is a bug. I just noticed what was happening there. Oh, okay. That worked. Okay. So that's pretty fast. We've got these $5 of ETH that was added here. So you can see that if I go and select the balance and I hit swap, that will get processed into USDC and it'll be sent along to Waterfall. This is the beneficiary. Let's go ahead and do that. Call swap for demo video. Fun swap. Okay, so this should take just a second. Okay, and so if we're to jump down into this waterfall, you can see that it has that same balance, that 5 and change USDC. And this is perhaps a little bit confusing when I look at this with fresh eyes, which is always fun. But so what we're seeing here is that this tranche has so it has a $5 balance. This tranche is fully repaid because the $1 is fully contained within the balance right now. And this tranche is also fully repaid because it has 5 and this has 2 that it needs to fill. So this UI does seem a little bit confusing when we look at it like this, so this is good feedback. I don't know why it's saying the tranche size is 0.001 USDC. That seems to be a bug, which we will capture. But if I go and I hit distribute, what's going to happen is this address will receive $1, this address will receive 2, and this address will receive the remaining, which will be about 2. Distribute waterfall. Okay, you can see the transaction showing up in real time over here. Okay, so let's see. Let's just make sure that all worked as we expected. So let's start with tranche 1. Tranche 1 received exactly $1, which was expected because that's what we had specified here. Tranche 2 received exactly $2 because that's what was specified here. And then we distributed a total of 504, and so the remaining will go into token ops, which if you remember previously, this had zero balance. So that all worked. Now we could continue to send funds to this waterfall, and what would happen is the residual tranche would just keep on receiving funds. And so in our case, we will actually probably update the Clanker fee recipient to not be this waterfall anymore, or actually to not be the swapper anymore, excuse me, and actually just make it the token ops address directly. But in this case, now you can see that the loan was fully repaid, immortalized on chain. Everybody has visibility into that. And video we're looking at 10 minutes and 20 seconds, so it took a little bit of time, but for that type of structure, I think transaction fees were probably sub 5 cents, and in fact I didn't even pay for any of them because the paymaster covered it. So there you go.